can you provide some insight as to some of the technology that you were teaching people regarding the Google-related tools that you've used in the past that have helped you significantly in your business? I know there was some stories that you told that you thought that some of those things that Google offers, the free services they're just the best thing since sliced bread for you.
Yeah, I've really tapped into the Google platform to make the business easier for myself, between utilizing Google Drive to save all my files and have that cloud storage, so I don't need my laptop or my iPad or my computer or anything like that. I've got it on my phone, and so if I need to email a file right from from the road, I can do that. And that's really been a huge addition to the business for me. Another thing that I utilize is Google Voice, keeping my personal number personal for my friends and family, that kind of stuff, and keeping a business number business. So when I am away from the business, I can have that transferred over to my team, and they can manage that and really run it like a business, and keep those kind of worlds separate. Utilizing the simple things like Google Calendar just to keep me, up to date and scheduled, and my entire team can see it. I always joke my wife can see it, so she always knows what I'm up to. So so she can keep tabs on me and that kind of stuff. But more so, just keeping the lines of communication open. And then also I put that on my website too, so people can see when I'm busy and when I'm free. So I just appear to be easier for them to book my time. So it's just keeping things simple for me. Some of the other Google platforms that I'm using, Google Sheets, really loving that, where it's Google's got basically it's Excel set up where you can collaborate on it in real time, and between me and my admin and my buyer's agent, so we can be updating our sheets at the same time and not having crossover of different versions and different files and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can go on for hours about Google and stuff. What are the things, because I know that we've talked and you've been in my classes before, what are the things specifically would you think would be beneficial on this call that I could share?
I was just curious. I was wondering if you ever do things kind of like what we're doing now. Like, do you ever do Hangouts for marketing purposes, or branding, or lead generation, or SEO related efforts?
I would say it's almost too far ahead of the curve right now for the average person. I think Skyping right now is where most people, I've had clients where I've never physically met them, whether it's a for sale by owner that's been trying to sell their house from a different state, which surprisingly enough, there are multiple people that try and do that. So I think Skype is a little bit more of the natural. People tend to think that when they think of video chatting stuff. I definitely do utilize the Hangouts when it comes to our tech meetings with with our tech committee on the ALC and hosting that kind of stuff like that, because it's, as we're doing right now, it's the wave of the future, and I really think that it's a great benefit of being able to not have to drive and commute and all that kind of stuff like that, to have these kind of live chats and stuff, and simplify your time and that kind of stuff. So I'm starting to utilize more of the Google Hangouts as I think the trend continues and people kind of accept it and understand what it is. But not everyone's as techie as you and I are.
Yeah, I'm not techie by any stretch of the imagination.
Hey, you got this going,
Yeah.
So.
Because there's always some mystery. Google is kind of like they're like the pink unicorn. They never give you the recipe or the secret sauce with how to get in on page 1 of Google. So it's always kind of some mystery. I say, well, the Google Hangout and Google Plus and all the other Google pieces of the puzzle, they're all related for the most part. So you ask yourself, okay, well, if I use these Google Hangouts, you figure you're getting in the good graces of Google, and say, okay, well, hey, this is the Matt Loyd team, and here we are. We're going to give you some tips about doing X, Y, and Z. And if you bang out enough of those systematically, after a while, you'd start to get. It's like you're tap dancing in Google's backyard, where where they'd say, hey, okay, well, you see, like, there is some connection there, but I don't think that most people have really could put their finger on it as to how it correlates with improved search engine rankings and using Google Plus and using Hangouts and I think the best analogy, and not to be sexist or anything, but I think Google's kind of like a woman,
once you figure them out, they change. So before Google was big on meta tags and keywords and that kind of stuff, and people figured out that secret sauce, and that's a lot of hard work to get on the first page of Google. So you really got to look at your return on your investment of what your ultimate plan is to do. I know of one realtor specifically that he would have 7 or 8 articles on the first page of Google, and that was his part of his listing presentation. I'm going to blog about your house to get your house more traffic and noted that way, which I thought was great because that's his value proposition. Myself personally, I think because Google has changed since then to content driven, so having good relevant content that's appropriate, utilizing like YouTube and stuff, because obviously Google owns YouTube. That's the second largest search engine. That kind of stuff helps out. I myself, I don't blog, but I do a lot of video stuff, video stuff with my YouTube channel for my listings. So I think that kind of helps. But it's really ultimately your game plan and what your ultimate end goal is. So, like for my YouTube channel, I don't use it to capture leads or anything like that. I really utilize my YouTube channel to market my listings and essentially give myself street credibility, so people can come and meet me on my YouTube channel, see exactly what I'm about, see my video testimonials of what other people are saying about me, and from there make the decision, hey, this guy is different than the rest of the people that we've met with, let's talk with him. So that's really kind of my goal for how I utilize YouTube and Google.
Nice.